Good evening all and welcome back to the Weekend Hedge. For those of you who are new to the channel, my name is Sumit, and as always I will be talking to you about some of the high probability trades that we are trading at the Academy, that I'm trading with my students at the Academy, and of course the forecast for next week. Right, so starting with the live trading account, which is on MQL5, what we see is that overall we are in profit. There is a pretty good growth curve. If I scroll down, we see that we are definitely moving in the right direction. Strong growth with good risk management principles and making sure that we are trading in a disciplined manner. Also, looking at the number of profitable trades, so about 80% profitable trades, which also keeps us in good stead. Now you can view the live trading account yourself, the link to which is given in the description below. So let's look at the currency strength charts as they look today. So what we have here is how the currencies have been performing over the past few weeks and how they performed in the previous week. And really by comparing the two, that is how I go about seeing which currencies are stronger and look to be stronger in the next week. And so we would be looking at trading a stronger currency against a weaker currency, thereby improving the probability of winning trades. So that's what I plotted here on the Excel sheet. So what we see is that the dollar has by far been the strongest. It had been strong over the past month or so, and it's become even stronger in the previous week. So we would be looking at dollar longs. Similarly, we would also be looking at the Aussie dollar longs, but to a lesser extent, and then shorts for the Canadian dollar, which is weak, and then the euro, which is weak, as well as the Swiss franc. Moving to the strategy for next week, you'd be looking at Aussie CAD longs, Euro AUD shorts, Aussie Swiss franc longs, USDCAD longs, USDCHF longs, and Euro USD shorts. So basically the dollar strength is what's governing the trades for next week. In terms of the economic calendar, what can move the markets? There are different pieces of news that are coming in on Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday next week, which would keep the markets active. So the initial part of the week, the US, it's a holiday, but there is news from China which will come out, which will move the Chinese indices and the Chinese yuan. Wednesday, there is the CPI for the UK, which would move the pound pairs. And then on Wednesday and Thursday, there's a bunch of news that's coming in from the United States that will move the US dollar. We get into Friday, there's the Bank of Japan interest rate decision, which is going to decide the next course of direction for the Japanese yen. And of course, we'll be finishing off with the manufacturing PMI for the US, and that'll move the US dollar. So starting with the currency pairs, which I've got them enlisted here on the right side. So these are the pairs that I would be trading. Starting with the Euro USD again. It's the US dollar strength that we are trading into. So we're on the daily time frame here. TradingView. So this is the TradingView screen. I use TradingView for all my analysis. The daily time frame, and there is the RSI here at the bottom. So we are really looking at Euro USD shorts here. I've drawn a support line as it has bounced off a couple of times there. I can probably adjust it a little bit to there. And overall, what we can see is that the 50-day moving average is kind of coming closer to the 200-day. So the trend seems to be changing, or the the bullish trend, which the pair was in, is kind of been dwindling. So moving to the 4-hourly, what we see here is that the pair has been in this downtrend. If I have to draw a regression channel from there, what we see here is that it's really been respecting it quite well. So what I would be doing is, and you can also see the RSI has been below 50. It's been, in fact, closer to the 30 level. So it's been touching that, and the price is moving down. So any pullback which I get in this pair, I would be looking at going short in it. And draw that there. And I would be looking at continuing this as we go towards the 1.15 level and keep booking my profits there. So that is the Euro USD. Let's keep going. So the USDCAD, moving to the daily time frame, drawn a couple of resistance levels there as the price has been trying to move up. The US dollar is strong, so I expect this to continue moving upwards. If I now move to the 4-hourly, for any pullback that I get, of course, I can draw a regression channel and see that as well. But any pullback towards the 50-day moving average, I would be looking at buys first into the 1.139 level, and then further on we move upwards into the 1.141 level. So really looking at booking in my profits then the upside. The RSI is quite strong. It's above 50, touching 70. So we are definitely, that's another confluence that we're moving in the right direction. Moving to the USDCHF, the daily time frame. Overall, the Swiss franc had been quite strong as the past few months or even years, and it's till July or so, after which it has come to this into this channel, if I may say. It's kind of got stuck in between these two levels. So if I have to draw a couple of levels there, roughly, these are two of the levels where it has been stuck there. It's got into a bit of an upswing at this point in time, and because the US dollar is strong, so we would be looking at buying into the dollar, moving down to the 4-hourly time frame where we trade, so we can see this upward trend, drawing a regression channel. I mean, you can draw the regression channel yourself, 2 parallel lines. I just use the tool, and that's why I like TradingView, as it helps me to make things easier. So anyway, so this is going up. It's also starting to respect the 50-day moving average, which is the red line. So any pullback which I see here, I would be looking at buys. In fact, this is a pretty good entry candle as a bullish engulfer. So I can actually look at entering the trade right away. I would be looking at taking profits as we approach the 0.811 level, which is a pretty strong resistance for this pair. Moving to the Aussie CAD. Now, the Aussie pairs are lower in priority. My top priority pairs are the USD pairs. So looking at the USD, AUD CAD, the Australian dollar has been strong, but it's kind of been weakening in terms of its strength, but it's still bullish. As you can see that the 50-day moving average is above the 200-day. It is approaching this resistance level. So that's what we would be keeping an eye on. Moving to the 4-hourly. So what we can see here is that it's kind of bouncing off the 50-day moving average. So any pullback that I see here, I would be looking at entering buy trades into the 0.935 level and booking in my profits there. AUD CHF, again, the CHF, that's a Swiss franc, has been weak. And the Aussie dollar, the stronger side, so we're trying to trade a stronger currency against a weaker currency. There is resistance at around 0.543. So we would be looking at trading into that. Moving to the 4-hourly, we're seeing this uptrend for the past almost a month now, the past 4 weeks. So any pullback that we get here, we're looking at buys and moving towards the resistance of 0.543, where I'll be looking at booking in my profits. Euro AUD, which is the sixth pair that I'm looking at trading. Overall, again, we can see that the euro has been on the weaker side, and there is the Aussie dollar, which has been strengthening. There is support at 1.7529. So if we see here, the pair has been coming down, so I would expect it to continue downwards. There are a couple of support levels which we should target. And so any pullback that we see here in this pair, I would be looking at entering sell trades first into the 1.725 level, and then further into the 1.712 level to book in my profits. Right, so those are the currency pairs. Now let me move to the biased pairs, which we are trading. So I'm looking at Bitcoin. Now Bitcoin is looking more interesting now, as it has broken the 0.618 level. It has moved up. It's still bearish, mind you. The 50-day moving average is below the 200-day, but it's showing some strength. So if I move to the 4-hourly, it's kind of bounced off this support level, or the 0.618 level. That's a bullish candle. So the aggressive trader in me would say get into a buy here at this candle. It's if I look at the RSI, it's pointing upwards. I would probably want the RSI to cross its moving average. Well, on the 4-hourly chart, the 50-day has crossed the 200-day, which is a positive sign. So a little bit of more strength, and we can start looking for buys in Bitcoin. The S&P 500, bullish as ever. So would really be looking at buying the dips. So any pullback there, I would be looking at taking longs. I really trade this on both the daily and the 4-hourly. So on the daily, of course, you see that it's a little bit further away from the 50-day. So if it comes back, I would be looking at buys. On the 4-hourly. We're looking at bounces either of the 50-day or of the 200-day, but the entry candle is important on how you would want to get in. Gold has been bullish on the daily time frame. If we see, it's a bit further from the 200-day, but it spends a lot of time away from the 50-day moving average. But any kind of a pullback, or even a deeper pullback, and I would be looking at buys. And similarly for the 4-hourly, it's been respecting the 50 period, and if it breaks it, it bounces off the 200-day. So again, dips from there or dips from there, I would be looking at entering buy trades. Oil, it has been in this downtrend, and it is after some the pieces of news last week, it's kind of spiked, but it has got rejected from the 200-day. So it may show a little bit of more strength here, but overall I expect the trend to continue downwards. I would not be looking at any buys here. Moving to the 4-hourly, it has gone up over the the 50 period moving average. It's kind of bounced off it, but it still looks weak to me. So I would still not consider long trades in Brent crude oil. That brings me to the end of this week's analysis. Now, if you liked it, be sure to like and subscribe. If you're keen on mastering these techniques, check out the trading courses on the website. There are, of course, one-on-one classroom sessions which I take with my students, and you will practice with me till you're fully confident. If you do have any questions, post them in the comments box below. And for daily trading of Forex pairs, join the free TradeWise Net community, the link to which is also in the description below. Thanks, and I will see you next week. Cheers.